Hello and welcome back to Cast On, a knitting podcast where I talk about my finished objects, my whips, some yarn acquisitions and some more knitting things. My name is Ellie, I am from Austria and this is episode number 20. Since I have reached 1000 subscribers last episode, I thought now it would be the time to create an intro track. So I did. So I hope you like that. Today I have a lot to talk about, so I do hope that you stick around for all of it. A few things first before we start and get into the whole episode itself. I am going to talk about a giveaway. I'm gonna show you my objects and my projects, some not so great things that happened over the last 2 weeks, some yarn acquisitions because I have bought some yarn, and some exciting news about my personal life, and hopefully also some book recommendations / audiobook recommendations, and maybe if we have the time some sewing things because I also sew. So do hope that you enjoy this episode, and we will get into the giveaway bit later on. But the first thing that I want to talk to you about is next week is my birthday, and I completely forgot in the last episode that it was our podiversary. My podcast has turned 1 year on the 4th of March last year, obviously because it's 1 year, and I completely forgot about that. So that giveaway is kind of also tying into the 1000 subscribers and that, and I would like to do a special episode, and I thought I could do a Q&A if you're interested. So let me know about things you want to know down below, comments, some random questions, some personal questions. I really don't mind. Feel free to ask me anything, and I will also announce that over on Instagram. Go and follow me there if you haven't already, and get some questions together. If I don't get like enough questions or too many of the same ones, I will just choose some random ones, I guess. We'll see, but that is the plan as like an extra kind of episode / video. So I do hope that you comment down below and let me know what you want to know about me. With all that said, one last thing. I am really sorry about last week's video, not last week's, last video, last episode. The video got corrupted and I didn't notice. It was fine when I exported it, and then when I uploaded it on YouTube, some of you guys thankfully told me soon enough and I had to take it down and re-upload it. I assume it was because I had a power outage in the morning for about an hour and a half, and at that time it was uploading. So I think that is why that happened. I'm really sorry about that, but I had to just re-upload it again. Yeah, I have a little sticky note this time because I always forget what I want to say, but I think that is everything, and we can finally start with finished objects. And I don't have any real finished objects this time, sadly, but I have a lot to talk about. So first kind of still whip / finished object is my Ingrid sweater, and I lost yarn chicken, sadly. I am really sad about this. This is what it looks like, the Ingrid sweater by Petite knit. Last time I finished both of the sleeves. This is knit up in We Are Knitters Merifine in a mauve colour, and they don't have that yarn in stock at the moment, so I really hope that it will get back in stock relatively soon, because show you where I'm at. This is where I'm at. I just have the ribbing left. I just have the 1x1 ribbing. I have finished the eyelet row, and I think I did 1 or 2 1x1 ribbing, and I need about like, oops, the sun is here, like the sleeves about this much. And I thought, because I ran out of yarn, where is the yarn? So this is this is how much I have left, and I cannot do the ribbing with this. It is very, very oversized, and it will get even bigger with blocking. I am rather worried about this because the sleeves right now are the perfect length, so they will probably grow even more because of all the textures you have in here. If you're not familiar with the pattern, it is a gorgeous pattern. I have to say that I really, really enjoyed working on it. I thought it went by really quickly. The body, after you join in the round, that dragged a little bit because it's such a big circumference. I have to actually measure it. I made the smallest size, but because the yarn is has a different gauge, it has 17 stitches per 4 inches, and the pattern itself says about 20, so DK weight. I think I'm off gauge. I did make a gauge swatch somewhere up there, but I don't know how you were supposed to measure that gauge swatch. So I think it would have just been better to just knit the plain stockinette one and then count the stitches to have the correct needle size, but I ignored all of that because I'm a bad knitter. I thought I would just use the recommended needle size, it's going to be fine. But what I didn't encounter, like, what's the word? I lost the word. What I didn't think about, let's put it that way, what I didn't think about is because the yarn has a different gauge and I used a smaller needle size, is that I would need more yarn than what the pattern recommends, because obviously it was written for DK weight, but I had like a worsted / Aran weight. So I essentially need more yarn. I have, so in here are 10 balls, so that's about 1,110 meters, I think, because in one I think you have 110 meters. And I am really, really sad about it. What I thought I could do is I could just remove the last 1x1 ribbing section from the sleeves and also from the body, so it is even, but I think it would look weird and I'm not happy about this. So if I hold it up again, if I would just leave it like that, because also you have an eyelet row, I think it would look a bit strange. Also, I couldn't finish the neck. I wanted to do a folded over collar, but because I don't have the yarn, I couldn't even bind off, because that's the whole, like, the tail that I have. And with the weight of the sweater, because it's not very high, it stretches out quite a lot, so I would have to put some elastic in it. And I would like to make this a bit higher as well, because I didn't make the collar like the pattern suggests, because I just didn't like the look. So I have a 1x1 rib collar. Can't talk today. And yeah, very, very sad about this. I will put it in a corner right now and just pray that the colour will get back in stock. I really don't know why they don't have it. I checked the Austrian website and the German one, which are kind of the same anyway, and they have every colour apart from this one. You get it in America. I tried finding someone who would sell that on Etsy or somewhere else, but no one sells this yarn. So that is a very tragic story. It's not really finished. I would have loved to wear this because it is a fantastic sweater. It does have some kinks here and there, but I don't think that they were as dramatic as people made it out to be. Maybe the pattern got updated many times until I knit it right now, but I would definitely make this again. I am actually thinking about making a second version in a different yarn and one that I can actually wear, but it is getting into summer, it is getting warmer, and I don't really like to make sweaters twice. I know this is a very strange thing to do, but I don't think it's very uncommon. but because I already have one version, I don't want to choose all the time which one I like better. So I'll just leave it at that right now. I get back my needle. Sorry, planter. I get back my needle and I'll put a note in it, which I did for all my other projects, what needle size I use, so I don't forget, because I know that can happen and I don't want to knit up something and then change the needle size because I couldn't remember. So I'm just gonna leave it in a corner and pray that it will get back in stock. Anything else about this? I don't think so. It is very oversized. Like I said, I need to see. I'm pretty sure I made the size medium is what I reckon. It is very comfortable. This yarn is very nice. It is 100% wool, but because of the price point, I wouldn't buy it again. I do have some more of this yarn in a really nice green colour, but I only have 5 and I don't know what to do with them because it's quite a thick yarn. And I don't really want to buy more because of the price point. I think it's like 10 euros a ball. And for 100% wool, to me, that's just not worth it. I can get yarn in a different or even better quality from other brands. And I know I'm a lot happier with them. Sorry, I'm kind of crammed in this corner. So that was my Ingrid sweater by Petite Knit, and we can move on to the second whip. I'm gonna have a sip of tea. I have brought out my really nice spring mug. I got this for my birthday a couple of years ago. Today I have a fruit tea in here, and I asked on Instagram already if you feel like spring, and I would really like to know that from you as well. Do you feel, are you in the spring mood? Are you in the summer mood? Because I'm not really. Because the closer we get to the end of winter, the more sweaters I want to knit, which is very funny. So yeah, let me know if you feel like casting on lots of spring and summer knits. Right, moving on. I have, oh dear, I have a mess once again. I have something new on my needles, and this is going to be a long-term project again. This is a blanket, or the start of a blanket, like this here. This is the Excavation blanket by, I can't remember who it's by, so I'm gonna leave it somewhere here. I got inspired by Emily by Fibre Knits. She makes she's making an Excavation blanket at the moment as well with all of her scraps. And at first I thought, sorry, I thought the blanket wasn't for me because I'm not a really colourful person in that sense. I think it looks a bit odd to me. But then I thought, I have still some acrylic yarn left, and I have a lot of white, a lot of grey and a lot of blue, so I could make it into another blanket. I know I just cast off my massive blanket that took me months to finish, but I kind of missed having a long-term project on the go, on the sofa, something easy where I don't have to think about it, and on thicker needles. So I'm working with 5mm needles on my massive cardigan where I made my other blanket on as well, and this is what I have so far. I think it looks really good. It's just a normal garter stitch blanket. This is the back. I think it looks really cool. It kind of reminds me of like a sailor. I don't know why, probably because of blue and white. But I decided to, as you can see, these are not even. And I started out with quite small, like dangly bits, but then I thought they're not even, so I'm gonna just have a bigger string and then at the end cut them at the same height, so it kind of looks even. It is a very interesting blanket because you don't work from left to right, you work in a diagonal way, which is quite fun, to be honest. It was very fast at the beginning, obviously, because you have only like a very small triangle. It is getting harder now. It's not as big just yet that it's difficult to hold up. I hope that it will block out a bit more, because I really like when you stretch it. I really like that look. But we'll see. I will just knit on this. I don't think I'll be able to get rid of all of my acrylic yarn. I'm not gonna name the brands because they are just acrylic yarns. I just want to get rid of them. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't think I can manage to get rid of all of them in this blanket, because I'm holding the yarn double again. The blue yarn is a bit thicker than the other colours, so I'm holding that single, but I'm holding the white and the grey double. And as you can see from the strings. And I'm not even finished with like one skein / 2 skeins, because I'm holding a double. I've not even finished a whole cake, like 2 cakes. I don't know if that makes sense. For what I have so far, and I have about 6 or 8 cakes per colour in total. So I think I'll just make a few of these if I have the time, if I have the motivation, because this is kind of hard on my wrists. I don't know why. I normally enjoy garter stitch very much, because it's just easy and mindless, and it is very fun in the evening when you don't want to turn the light on and just knit on something. I would recommend doing this. I don't have enough scraps, I think, to put in the blanket. Not that I would actually like to have the blanket, so I'm happy with my colour choices here. Put this here. Then I have 2 more whips. Start with this one. The first one I thought I would actually have finished, but for some reason I think I have just really bad luck at the moment, because I ran out of yarn here as well. It is my Magnolia Summer Tea by Camilla Vad. Oh, it looks so good. I tried it on, the fit is incredible. It is a summer t-shirt, and then you have lace at the bottom. So let's talk about this pattern. Last time I said that the increases, you can see them, and the short rows look a bit strange. You can clearly see the line here. I still stand by this, but one of you guys made a comment and said it's in the back, your hair will cover it anyway. That is a very good point, and I did not think about that. So thank you very much for this, because I just didn't consider it. I am very happy with it. I don't think I made any modifications so far. Maybe I just made the sleeves a bit shorter. It's a very nice length. It has twisted rib at the cuff, the collar, and eventually the ribbing at the bottom. But the bottom is really where the magic happens. My cable is not big enough for this. This is what it looks like. This is a very, very popular design. Camilla Vad got loads of different styles for this motif. She's got it at the yoke at the top. She's got a cardigan, a sweater, a t-shirt, loads of different ones in different gauges as well, and I think it looks really good. Let's put it this way. You do have some kind of bobbles. I've never made bobbles before, so this was a quite fun experience, but the problem is that they disappear. So what I have to do is I have to actually push them out through the back so you can see them again. Can you see? I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if it's the way they were constructed that happens. But it makes me a bit sad, because I think it looks a bit strange without them. Because I know that they're supposed to be here. But then I need to squish them out. Where's the last one here? and this looks a lot better, doesn't it? So the yarn I'm using is Tynn by Sandnesgarn, held double in sage green. It's called light sage green. I think it's 6 something. I don't know, I don't have the ball band anymore because I threw it away. But I have everything linked down below, and you can also check out my Ravelry page if you want to for more information about those things. And the yarn, I love it. I bought so much of it last year. You will see in the yarn acquisition section I bought some more now because it's just incredible. It is a viscose cotton and linen blend. It is super pleasant to work with. It is a bit stringy. You have to be careful to catch all of the strands because I think it's got like 3 plies or more. I actually don't know, but the fabric it makes it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I could have done it with a Tynn, which is kind of the bigger brother or sister of no, I could have done it in Lina, which is the bigger brother of Tynn, because Tynn I think means small or thin or something like that. But I didn't want to because I like this yarn so much, and I think it gives it such a nice drape that I like it better than Lina itself, even though that's also a really nice yarn to work with. Anyway, I held it double, very pleasant to work with. I ran out of yarn, as you can see. I'm waiting for another ball to come. I went to my local yarn shop. They didn't have the colour, so I had to order it in, which will come next week. And it's very frustrating because I am almost done with the lace. I have about 8 rows left of the lace, and then you have the ribbing and then you bind off. So very close once again, and it's annoying because now I have to buy this whole ball and probably not even use half of it. But that's what it is. About this lace is very easy. It is very nice. I have to say though, I started this 3 times. The first time, well, in all of them I made a mistake and I just couldn't unmake the mistake. So the pattern for the summer version, it's not great, I have to say. I haven't really looked at the sweater version because I assumed it was the same. It's just with the summer version you have shorter sleeves and the shorter body. But in the summer version it tells you things like the pattern, the same section is written twice underneath, and then on one of the lace rows it tells you to read the instructions instead of go after the lace chart, and the instructions tell you something different than the lace chart. So I just ignored the written things and just went with the lace chart because I mean the lace says what to do. And another thing that I did, you're supposed to have 8 stitches on either side where you don't have the lace. And I didn't like that. I wanted the lace to go all around because I thought it would look weird if under the underarms you didn't have the chart. So I did that modification, and that was the first time I unraveled it and I had to rip back. And then the second time I actually made a mistake in the lace chart itself. I made a yarn over when I wasn't supposed to make one, and that ended up with too many stitches. But oh well, that is what happens. Isn't there a saying like 3rd time's a charm or something like that? We have that saying in German as well. And now I have finally got it. The baubles, I don't think they're called baubles in the pattern itself. They're called like nips or noops, something like that, something quite funny. They were very easy. They were also very nice to work with, and I think that's also why you need a bit more yarn because of those things. But yeah, I think that is everything I want to say about this t-shirt. I love wearing this. I I don't know, maybe I should have started with something like this a bit later, because this is a summer knit and I finished a summer knit when we're not even really in spring yet. So I feel like I should have done a sweater since it is still cold outside. But I just really wanted a fingering or DK weight project, short sleeve, something quick as like a palette cleanser. So I'm not mad about it. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Hopefully next time I can actually show you the finished object, because I thought I would have it done today, but because of the yarn I can't show you. And now we have the last whip for today. It kind of goes hand in hand because it's the same pattern. It is called the Magnolia Cardigan Chunky, is that right? Or Magnolia Cardigan by Camilla. It's the same designer, same design as well. The lace panel is also the same. It is at the bottom of the cardigan, and I am making this for my mum. This is the first time I am making a cardigan. I've never made one before because of all of the purling. It really puts me off. And I have to say, my mum's birthday is in June and I'm starting now because I know that I don't want to purl all the time. I want variety, and that's why I started casting it on. So this is what it looks like so far. It really isn't that much. I think I have about 2 increase rounds left, but it is a very, very nice fabric. The gauge, I think you're supposed to have 16 stitches per 10 centimeters. I actually made a gauge swatch because this is important that I get it right, and it is very nice. The problem though is with this that my purl rows are a bit tighter than my knit rows, but the swatch was made in just obviously flat, because this is also flat, but with this one I got it right. But with this, the longer the rows will get, the tighter I knit my purl rows, and that is an issue because you have these elongated stitches every second row. So I don't really know how to combat that. I know you can change needle size, you can go up a needle size when you go on the purl row, all of that, but I kind of want to keep it on the same cord because I want it easy. I don't want to be a fussy knitter, and I don't want this to be a fussy knit. So I just have to deal with this for the moment. The yarn I'm using is also a yarn acquisition because it didn't arrive last time. So I am using Filcolana Tilia in colour 44. It is a very, very light pink. It is gorgeous. And then this yarn is Cotton Merino by Drops in colour 28. It's something called Puder, light Puder, something like that, at least in German. And it makes up this gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. It's got a really nice halo, and you have the twisted rib at the top. Like I said, I never made a cardigan before. This is the first time ever. I'm not sure if this is the best pattern to start with. It's just something that I know and I really liked the design, so I'm just rolling with it really. The thing where I'm a bit hesitant is you don't knit the button band at the same time. So you have an edge stitch, which is really not nice at all. Also it curls in, and you're supposed to pick up those edge stitches when you finished it to knit a button band. I think it's like a 2x2 rib or something like that. I don't know how that's gonna work. I hope that it will look okay. I'm not great with picking up stitches. If you remember last episode with the first one, where I talk about my Ingrid sweater, I can never pick up the right amount of stitches. I don't know why, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I really hope that for this one it is going to be okay, because it is a present, you know, it's not gonna be mine. I don't mind if I have those kind of, I mean, it is also handmade, but I don't mind if there are some kind of, I don't know, threads hanging around or kind of bigger holes because I messed up the tension or something like this. But it is not going to be mine. So, and it is going to be a birthday present, so I hope it will be okay. So far I have kind of been enjoying it. I'm taking it slow. I think I knit about 4 rows, so back and forth 4 times, yeah. That was hard. Back and forth each day. I knit up the first section pretty quickly because the yarn is just super super nice to work with. I actually ordered more of this cotton merino blend because it is so nice to work with. It's very soft, but it's very drapey as well. I don't really know how to describe it better, but with the Filcolana Tilia, it just makes up a really really nice fabric. Now it was supposed to be a kind of summery garment because my mum's birthday is in summer, but I couldn't figure out what to do about the gauge because the gauge is 16 stitches. So for some reason I could have held this double. It is a DK weight, and I think if I held it double and sized down in needle size, if I couldn't get gauge, that would have been fine. But instead the pattern said DK weight and mohair, and you're actually supposed to hold the mohair double as well. I'm not doing that purely because of the price point and because I got gauge and I quite like the fabric. Let's hold it up again. It is airy, you know, like it's not really tight, you can see through it, you can clearly see what's behind it, but that's kind of what I was going for because it has mohair in it to kind of lift up the garment and to be a bit flowier. I don't know if that makes any sense. But this is, yeah, you can definitely see. So far I'm happy with it. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to finish this. I think it's gonna be a while. I'm really looking forward to the sleeve separation because then I can just knit in the round, although I have to magic loop those because I don't have a big enough needle size in my shorty set. So we'll see about that. But I'm also really looking forward to get the lace chart again because it is a lot of fun. And I'm really digging lace at the moment. I don't know why, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'm just going with the flow. So that was my last whip for today. I got some new things I cast on and some older things. And now we get into the section you have all been waiting for this whole video. I know, the giveaway. I am super super excited. This is the first time I'm doing a giveaway, so I'm sure I will learn a lot. And I think we can just go over the ground rules. So to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is you have to comment down below on this video what your favorite knitting pattern is. It could be your favorite sweater, your favorite t-shirt, cardigan, whatever it is. I want you to comment that down below, and you have to be subscribed to my channel to celebrate 1,000 subscribers and the podiversary. Kind of aligned nicely together, but that's all you have to do. Subscribe to my channel and comment down below what your favorite knitting pattern is. I would appreciate if you would also follow me on Instagram because I will announce it there as well, and if I have your Instagram handle as well, getting in contact is a bit easier than over on YouTube. So if you comment down below, please make sure to also, just in case, leave your Instagram handle so I can contact you if you are the lucky winner. And speaking of winning and prizes, this is what you can get. a handmade project bag by yours truly. Myself, I made this project bag for you. It's got a drawstring. This is the lining on the inside. You have a nice loop for some stitch markers. Ta-da! It's about a medium size. I really like these. I made it myself, so that is the first thing you can win. By the way, these prizes are at the same time, so there will only be one winner, but one winner gets it all. The second thing is this. Super, super cute. These are some stitch holders. Unicorn stitch holders by Woodland. I have gotten myself some as well. If you jump forward, I got myself these. They're little koala bears. This is what they look like, but just as a unicorn. And then of course the biggest thing that you can get is a skein of yarn. This is Woodland Fibres. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. It's got this really nice orange at the top, and then it fades down to green. It's called Watermelon Fizz. That's what it's called, Watermelon Fizz. It is 80% superwash merino wool and 20% silk. And my god, this is so soft. You can see it's not very sturdy. It does have a bit of wobble. It is an absolute gorgeous skein. You can make whatever you want with it. A hat, some socks, a shawl, up to you. The reason why I chose Woodland Fibre is because of Fibre Arts is because she is based in Vienna, and I wanted to get something local from Austria. So that is what you can get. A skein of yarn, some stitch holders, and a project bag, all in one. The giveaway is open for anyone and everyone, so wherever you are in the world, you are free to enter. Just make sure that you are aware. If you live, for example, in the UK, you have to pay the customs yourselves. I can't do that, I can't control that, but I will ship it out to you anyways, and I hope you do enjoy it. So again, follow me or subscribe to me on YouTube and comment down below what your favorite knitting pattern is to win these amazing prizes. That was the exciting bit, and now we can get into the semi-last section, the yarn acquisition, and I do have a lot. First thing is, because I already teased it, Tynn. Once again, because I went to the yarn shop yesterday. This is the colour for 621. It is a very, very nice like lavender grey colour. I got about 5 for them because now I know if I hold it double I can still get a t-shirt out of it, and I will have enough. So that is for the future. I don't have any plans for this at all. We'll just see what summer pattern I fancy and what I feel like, and then hopefully we'll use it. And now the big bit. Sorry about the noise, it will get a bit noisy right now. I already showed you the cardigan that I'm making. That mohair was a yarn acquisition as well. I've already kind of used it in the project because obviously I had to start it. So that was one thing. This is a bit like a mohair haul because like Inga from the Knitting Tradition said, stash enhancements and not just yarn acquisitions. I got Filcolana, Tilia. They are basically all of them what I got. This is the mohair once again in the colour 48. I believe this is called Caramel. I talked about this before. I only got 2 skeins last time I went to the yarn shop, but then I decided on what pattern I want to make with it, and I need more, so I got another 2 because that's all what they had. So I have 4 in total, and if I need more then I just have to order it again. So that was the first one. The second one is this gorgeous white slash off-white colour. This is colour 66. I think this is called something like natural. They're all kind of the same. This will be for my Moby sweater. I think I said this will be my Moby sweater, and then this grey colour will be for my sweater number 18 by My Favourite Things Knitwear. This is colour code 59. It is a very, very subtle and nice light steel grey, and I think it will go perfect with my Drops Charisma, because that is what I wanted to pair it with. Looks a bit like more contrasty on camera but than in real life. I think this will be a good match, because this is also kind of bluey in the undertone. And then this one is for the white. You really can't go wrong. This is the exact same colour, even though on camera it doesn't really show it. Maybe like this. So those were the plans for the sweaters, and then I got another Arwetta by Filcolana in the colour 978. It is a grey. The saga continues to find the perfect match for this mohair that I have. Where do I have it here? It is this brownie mohair. It is Tynn silk mohair in the colour 3041, and I had this in my stash for a while. I can't even remember what I wanted to make with it. I think I just bought it because it was an offer, of course. It's not the perfect match, as you can see on. Whenever I order yarn, I try to go through different pictures to get the best colour match possible, what the real true colour actually is. And this looked a lot browner on all of the pictures, so I thought it would go well with this, but obviously it doesn't. I'm not too mad about it though, because I have made a swatch and I actually really like it. Can you see? You can see that those are two completely different colours, but they kind of work together. I think they make like a nice beigey brown. I think that's quite nice. So I'm just rolling with it. I'm not gonna buy even more of this just to try and match it with the mohair, because I've already done that and it hasn't worked out. So this is the last acquisition from this pile, and then I told you I had a lot. And then we get into the hand-dyed yarns. Of course, when I bought the yarn for the giveaway, I had to get something for myself to get the free shipping, and I really wanted to support the person behind Woodland Fibre Arts, and I bought myself 2 skeins of this. It has just no strength. Like, look at this. This is Silky Merino. It is 50% superwash merino and 50% silk. You get 400 meters in this, and it's a very variegated yarn. You can see the majority is purple and pink, but you have these very vibrant, I don't know if you can actually see here. It has like these neon speckles of green and yellow. You can especially see down here. So this will be some kind of summer top camisole, I think. I did get 800 meters in total, so I think that is a good enough yardage, or meterage actually. So yeah, I have no plans for this. It is super soft, just like the yarn for the giveaway. Amazing. The shipping or the postage was super fast as well. Very happy, and I would highly recommend checking out her store, because I do think she ships internationally. I could be wrong on that, but she definitely ships to Germany and maybe Switzerland as well. Gorgeous yarns, gorgeous colours, very vibrant, and really interesting fibre contents as well. So the last yarn is something that I have been waiting for since the end of January, and it arrived, and I'm so happy about this. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have gotten the Olivia and Oliver Fibre Arts orders from the pre-order in January, at the end of January. Tam, she is so talented. This is the card that was in the parcel. I got a lot of yarn, but I do have intentions for it, so I think I can justify that for myself. With this card, it came in this really beautiful packaging in these brown paper bags, and you also got a little sachet of tea and a small chocolate, which I thought was so sweet. So let me show you what I got. It's so pretty. I don't want to use it, but I know I have to because I bought the yarn for a reason. So the first one is Olivia and Oliver Merino DK. It is 100% superwash merino, 4 ply, 225 meters, very standard, in the colorway shell. It is, I know the sun is kind of making it look different. I think that's the truest color. It is a very, very subtle, like pink, almost skin colored, but on the warmer side. So it's absolutely perfect for what I wanted it for, because I'm gonna pair this, I got 4 of these, with this, and this is incredible. This is the same yarn base. This is the colorway Mahogany. I have to ask my boyfriend again how to pronounce this. This is a gorgeous yarn, absolutely gorgeous. It's got such a color depth. It's got, you can see it's very light here, and then it gets really, really dark and cocoa browny here. It is, oh, I love it. So the plan for these is to make the Ali sweater by, is it S-Knits, I think. That is what I bought these for. It's got a really, really nice colour motif. These are like diamond shapes. So I don't know when I'm going to cast this on. I wanted to cast it on very soon, but they are just so gorgeous in the skein form itself. I don't know if I can bring myself to use it up yet, because I also have other knits to do. So I might just wait for these. I don't know. They are incredible. And then the last one is this beauty. This is merino fingering weight, 100% superwash, 400 meters, in the colorway feather. It's got these really nice dark speckles, and it is, oh, it's so nice. It is a very, it's like a cream color, but more creamy than cream white. This is cream white, and this is like cream, beigey cream, I would say. So it is different. Funny how I just have yarn lying around on the floor. So for this I bought 2, and I thought I could make the Moonset tee by Ozetta. I think that might be a good match. I don't think I have enough yarn. I think you need about 813 meters for the small size. I always make the small size, but sorry, that was a bit of a brain fart moment. But I think I can just shorten the t-shirt to make up those 13 meters, because it is top down anyway, so I can either shorten the sleeves and save some yarn here, or just make it smaller. I don't think there's any harm with this. This could change. As of yet, not really. That is the plan for it, but we'll see. Plans always change very suddenly, and yeah. They look just so good all together. It's like a bouquet. Very, very happy with my purchases. I think this will be it for a I would have just said, I almost said this is going to be it for a little while, but I realized I just put an order in yesterday for more yarn. Yeah, I have a lot. I don't have any space in my boxes. As you can see, I started putting my yarn in these clear IKEA boxes. Check on my Instagram for that reel if you're interested in it. But I just can't resist. I can't resist. This, the Olivia and Oliver fibres was my birthday present because the pre-order was in January and the new it would be about, the turnaround would be about 2 months. So that's my excuse at least. Anyway, so that was all of the yarn that I bought, and I think we can quickly segue into some book recommendations because I do have a few. So if you're interested, please stick around. If not, then that is totally fine. You can click away. Don't forget about the giveaway, and let's talk about some books. Alright, so now I'm gonna recommend a few books / audiobooks to you if you're interested in that. I have really enjoyed listening to audiobooks lately because I like to knit or sew something at the same time, so it's nice to also get that reading experience in. So the first thing, and the book that I'm listening to right now, which I highly recommend because it's so funny, it's Dating Dr. Dill by the channel Love Audiobooks. The great thing about this is it is on YouTube, so you don't need to have to pay anything, which I think is incredible. The narrators are really nice to listen to. Sometimes I find audiobooks very difficult because I don't like the voices, but these, I really like them. Like, the whole story is about the Indian culture, and you follow these two characters, a man and a woman. They both have met before, but then they get back together and they don't really like each other at first, but then the story evolves and you see that they're quite similar in their personalities, but they have just some really funny and witty fights, and I would highly recommend it. He's a doctor, she's a lawyer. You also learn a lot about the Indian culture, and I do know that arranged marriages are not uncommon in that culture, but it is a very nice story to follow. It is around 11 hours long, so very doable in my opinion. I'm about halfway through the book and I had to laugh so many times because of the way the book is written. Highly recommend Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. I think that's how you pronounce it. First book. With the same channel, you can also listen to The Hating Game. This has been a very popular book. I read it before it really blew up. It is by Sally Thorne. It is an audiobook as well on the same channel. It is around 11.5 hours long, so still an okay timeline, I think. It is very witty and very funny as well. It takes place in a workplace environment. Those two are colleagues and then they slowly fall in love, and I also had to laugh a lot about the way it was written in this book. So there are loads of different audiobooks on this channel. Well, not loads, but there are a lot of books that I like to read on this channel, and I would recommend this as well. And then for normal reading, I read some really good books lately. I also read a lot, I have to say. So the first one, that if you like to read like on a Kindle, these are all Kindle books because I have a Kindle subscription. Again, would highly recommend to anyone because you get so many books for so little money. For me, it's totally worth it. Anyway, the books. First one is called Mika, and he is a billionaire, and the whole series is called The Brash Brothers Billionaire Romance. The series is not finished yet. You follow these, I think there are 7 or 8 characters in total, and each of them has their own book. This one in particular was my favorite of the book but they are all really good if you would like to read about billionaires and stuff like this. This particular one, it does come with a trigger warning because they have both, the main characters both have experienced assault, especially sexual assault is for the female character. So if you don't like to read about this or it triggers you, I would not recommend this book to you, but I think it was a very, very interesting one and I liked reading it. Then the other one was Fake Empire by C.W. Farnsworth, or Farnsworth, is that right? I don't know. This one was incredible. This one was a solid 5 stars for me. I loved it. It is an arranged marriage. It is about the upper class, like the top of the top, really wealthy people, and it is a very interesting scene to read about because it's so different to kind of what we normally experience. So I'd highly recommend this one as well, and it's also quite witty, it's also quite funny as well. And then the last one, if you want to read about university slash sports romances, this one is called The Enforcer by Avery Keelan. Very good book. Again, in a series. I haven't read the other books, but I did enjoy this one. This is like a second chance romance book. The main characters both have known each other for a while. They were together in the first year of college, but then they split up. He plays hockey, she is like a pediatrician, physiotherapist, something like that, and she gets paired up with his team and they meet together and the story evolves. And of course there's a happy ending at the end, which I love. I can't stand like drama and sad endings and that's just me. So those are a few books that I would recommend to you, and let me know down below if you are reading something interesting right now as well, or if you have read any of those books that I just mentioned and what you thought about them. Would be very interesting as well. So that was all for today. I don't think I have the time to talk about my sewing, but that is fine. I don't know if you would be interested in that anyways. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment down below to enter the giveaway. Follow me on Instagram if you are not following me there already. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, of course. And I hope you have a good week, good weekend whenever you're gonna watch this. And I'm gonna see you next time. Let me know about those questions. Also, you can send me a private message on Instagram about the Q&A that we will hopefully have next week. And I'm gonna see you next time. Happy knitting, bye!